He's a passionate and experienced leader who spent many years originating HECMs in the field. We had a chance to sit down with Chris Kargacos of Retirement Funding Solutions to get his insights as a national sales leader. Chris, thank you so much for meeting us.
Hey Shannon, it's great to see you, buddy. How you been?
Good. Chris, I've known you for a number of years, and you've really successfully built a sales team with Retirement Funding Solutions. What is your role day to day? I know you're working with a lot of different loan officers.
Yeah.
I know a little bit, but share with me what it is exactly that you're doing.
I'm blessed to serve 170 loan officers today. We have just a great team. I think we're surrounded with a lot of other great leaders that help make my job a lot easier. But really, day in and day out, my goal is to help our team serve more clients. So I have the privilege to run national sales for the firm. We've done really, I think, a good job of differentiating ourselves from our competition, really going after strategic initiatives, serving the mass affluent, and putting ourselves in a position to maybe weather some of these changes a little bit better than other platforms that maybe were focused on different strategies, maybe more needs-based lending. We're really excited to kind of build out and kind of fulfill where we think the business is going. And I think that centers around having an ecosystem that you can partner with internally, whether that's a forward platform, whether that's some advisor components. I think that's a good way to get the message out and to serve your customers.
So the core company does have a forward division, which maybe some folks don't know. One of the things that I've noted about Retirement Funding Solutions is your reputation for the HECM for purchase or the reverse mortgage purchase.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what it is that you've done in the past that you've established yourself with, and maybe where you see yourself going in that market?
Yeah, early on we saw that as a strategic opportunity, right? I think when you look at the industry as a whole, there's still a lot of ground to make up, right? I mean, we're barely scratching the surface with what that opportunity is. A fifth of all home sales are going to baby boomers, yet the HECM for purchase volume is barely measurable, right? So I think we'll see some changes that'll help move that ball forward. I think we need to get to the consumer earlier in their decision to buy their next home. And I think that'll help open up the overall market, because I think when you look at somebody who's looking to move into their next best dream home, the reality is that if they knew that they had an option to buy that house,
right,
with a HECM for purchase, I think more than likely they would choose that option. But the reality is we have an awareness problem. They're going out, they're buying their next home. They don't know that this program exists. And up until this point, we've kind of been constrained with either the realtor or the builder, or in some instances a financial advisor, kind of directing that conversation. And as we know today, realtors are better suited for working with forward originators. They get comfortable with one or two forward reps, that's their guy or gal, and they run with them. Having to think about this product every once in a while when they're serving a retiree just hasn't really paid dividends like we'd like it to see.
Your dream home or retirement home?
Yeah, I think if we can get to the home buyer when they're making their decision to start looking around and they realize that this is an option, I think that's a great place to start. So I mean, it kind of settles back to awareness, right? We need better ways to inform our customer base that this program's out there as a potential solution, because I guarantee you the bulk of them have no idea that you can use a reverse mortgage to buy.
In your career, I know you've been in reverse mortgages for quite some time, but what made you decide to do reverse mortgages?
Oh man, this was a long time ago. So in 2004, I had a small forward brokerage and pull marketer. That's all we did. And I had a client that reached out to me and wanted a reverse mortgage. And I knew nothing about it, but at that time I felt that I could probably figure it out. Couldn't be that difficult. We got approved with Financial Freedom back then, and went on to originate this loan out in Hemet, California, for those who are listening across the coast. And it changed my life. It was, at that time, there was a lot of clients that were interested in pay option ARMs, and for me that wasn't really a good fit for most of the borrowers out there. And it became very cutthroat. And here was this opportunity to serve this client and put them on a better trajectory for retirement. And it was the most fulfilling thing I'd ever done. She baked me cookies, she sent me Christmas cards for the next couple of years, and I fell in love with the program. And I began originating. It wasn't until fast forward 6-7 years that I got the itch to maybe jump into sales management, and it's been a really exciting and rewarding career. I've worked with a lot of great people, a lot of smart people, and just thankful to have an opportunity to serve.
Behind, I think, each of us who's been in the industry and succeeded on some level or another, there is that mentor or that influencer. Chris, for you, who has been that mentor, someone who's influenced you in your career that stands out? There may be several, but
there's so many, too many to name. So if I forget somebody, of course, obviously, I apologize. But Tori Larson has been extremely influential in creating opportunities for me. I have the privilege to serve with some of the best leaders in the market that teach me every day. Ron Fector early on gave me an opportunity to lead, and it has helped coach me along the way. And I'm blessed to have so many strong leaders around me that have been willing to help and invest time in me. Obviously, my wife. Without her, I'm nowhere.
When you're dealing, and I see your role as equipping, which I really like what you do, because your originators feel like, hey, I've got Chris in my corner. He's going to help give me the tools and the training and the emotional support. But what would you help equip our viewers? What wisdom can you impart to the HECM originator or broker out there watching today that would maybe help them for the coming year?
Yeah, I mean, I think this business has gotten harder. Right, it's a numbers game, right? And in all sales, if you exponentially increase your activities, I think you'll be able to get the numbers that you're looking for, right? So I think if you're not getting out there and really being the pillar of your community, whether you're doing that through networking, through digital means, whatever it happens to be, I think you're missing an opportunity to serve your client. I think that it's going to continue to evolve. So if you're still focusing your strategies on needs-based customers, I think that's where definitely there's business there. That's our core customer that's going to be there. But I think where the growth is going to come from is your middle America retirees that have worked very hard. They're very intelligent, but yet the reality is that they're living longer and they haven't saved enough for retirement and they need options. And so if you can position yourself to be a trusted advisor for your sphere of influence, whatever that happens to be, and help coach them through how maybe housing wealth may be a good fit, and do so in the right manner, I think you can grow your business to new heights in 19 and beyond.
Excellent advice, Chris. Thank you so much.
Hey, good to see you, Shannon. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for sitting down with me.